Perfect fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today we've got an interesting Week 11. The weather this time of year in the South, perfect fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Now, these two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. It was the Falcons getting the road victory in that one, so they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Atlanta.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Hurry.
They're going to look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
12 more yards there and another first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Right back to him on first down.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down. The Falcons at 5-4 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Falcons!
Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush, talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL. I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
Taken from about the 12.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. On first down at Stafford. Oh, he's going to air it out right away.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Falcons are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So Charles already down 7-0 early. They opt to take a shot there on the first play of scrimmage, but that plan backfires.
That feels a little bit like last week's loss lingering into this game, doesn't it? You know, you're down 7 already. You lost last week. It's almost like they're trying to get it all back in one shot, trying to take a big chunk play right out of the gate.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's 2nd and 8. Into the hands of London. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10.
18 Rattler.
They'll look to throw. And a throw right sideline is complete.
He'll get it inside the 20, and he will step out of bounds down near the 10-yard line.
It's a big play there for Atlanta. 45 yards.
Boy, they've definitely come out of the gate smoking here in the first quarter. Whatever they've tried to run has worked, and there's another example right there. Game plan is one thing, but how about his accuracy? It's been exceptional.
And he is going to lose yardage here. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. Touchdown, Falcons! Keenan Allen with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Falcons are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
Touchdown. Here's Koo to kick off. From the 10. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make.
This is caught inside the 15.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
when they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
From the red zone now, Stafford. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense coming off that big completion the prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford. And this is caught at the 8. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Five men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Panthers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Falcons 14, Panthers 7.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
They're on 17-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago. Their 2nd straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively, and this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Right there, hurt.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll power his way up near the 25. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Back to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get this up to about the 40. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. 18, right here.
He'll drop to throw. Got his man. It's London. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. They'll look to throw here. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. 23 yards the pickup there.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice game.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Because his primary job is defending against the pass, you don't often see a cornerback making tackles in the backfield. But he's playing run all the way here.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now back to throw. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Keenan Allen, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Falcons have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-7.
Touchdown. Here's Koo to kick off. This one taken just inside the 10. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
19 right. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown! From 21 yards away. And the Falcons will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Koo now for the point after. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I want to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
From the 29, Stafford throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Flush to his right. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's 2nd down.
And, Charles, you look at this defense. They were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right. To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Stafford looks to throw again. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of the first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that will do it for this first half. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over. Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Hey, check that, street.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 51 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
18.
They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their...
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by A.J. Terrell.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw a defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Koo knocks this one through the post. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Julian Blackmon. And the Falcons are going to take possession as they got it at the 42-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his target, Allen. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. With his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Koo to kick it off. Pulls it in at the 13. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Grady Jarrett with the tackle. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's Stafford. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Now Stafford. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's go now. Let's go.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Falcons will take over here just shy of the 30. And with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Stafford. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they find a way to convert on 4th and 10.
4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford, he's going to float this one deep right side. And now here's another interception. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
91 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They're going to run the jet sweep on 3rd down. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 15 and able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Julian Blackman.
CD, this defense, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And they'll indeed take a knee. faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ballgame.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Falcons, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, add one more loss to the column. That drops them to a woeful 1-9 so far.